With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Hope they go away.
Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us. Here's Paul.
Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Cindy Saxton. Showers and thunderstorms hit the Tennessee Valley tonight. Here's a look at the rain coming down in the Chattanooga area.
Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris tells us this is not the last time this week we'll see stormy skies. Hey, Paul.
I'm hoping for more showers and storms. We're going to take a look at over the past couple hours, see where these showers are moving off to. Into the Blue Ridge Mountains, the showers that are out to the west of us are starting to fade, so we're just going to get some leftover rain, looks like, for most of us. For tonight, into the Blue Ridge, you're going to see some heavier rain. Just talked to Dave Pierman out in Turtletown. He says it's pouring out there, and I know it's pouring in Blue Ridge all the way down to about Ellijay also. Let's take a quick look at our Vipercast, show you what our computer model is figuring out. Again, scattered showers and storms around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning through the afternoon. Showers and storms still popping up. And then we get into the morning hours of Wednesday. Just a little bit of activity through Wednesday. Really isolated stuff at about 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. And coming up into Thursday, Vipercast is painting pretty much a dry picture around here. But we're still thinking a couple inches of rain more is possible for tomorrow. Cross your fingers on that, and I've got the 7-day in a few minutes.
Paul, thanks. We'll check back in with you. Lightning struck a home during the thunderstorm in Soddy Daisy tonight. The Mowbray Volunteer Fire Department said the lightning struck the home on Montlake Road, blowing off an interior sheetrock in an upstairs bedroom. No injuries were reported. Damage is estimated to be about $7,000. The lightning strike caused electrical issues, so the homeowners will stay with family tonight.
Hundreds of people packed the Tivoli Theater to support the newly elected city council members and mayor. Council members begin with their first day on the job tomorrow. Channel 3's Kate Smith has a rundown of all that happened on Inauguration Day.
One by one, council members were sworn in by Hamilton County judges. The afternoon wrapped up with Mayor Andy Burke being sworn in to serve his second term as mayor. All 10 elected officials agree they're excited for the next 4 years for the city of Chattanooga. It's a new chapter in the Chattanooga history books, a new city council, and the beginning of Mayor Andy Burke's second term in office.
When you start a new term, it's like turning over the sands of the clock and seeing it start again, and I'm excited about what's going to happen over the next 4 years.
He's looking to unite Chattanooga and bring the city to the next level. He wants to focus on educating our youth and ending violence on the streets.
It's awfully hard for our officers to do something if people already have a gun in their hands and want to do harm. So what we've got to do is to make sure that we're putting in the other pieces as a community to get people on the right path.
Mayor Burke will have a new city council working to help him accomplish his goals, including 4 new faces from District 4, 7, 8, and 9.
Loving all the energy and the positivity that's going on in this room is just amazing.
Anthony Bird will represent District 8 for his first time serving in public office.
I can make change, and that I can just give my community a lot of hope and self-worth to know that we all can do it, and if we just stay positive and stay prayed up, that anything is possible.
It will also be Demetrius Coonrod's first time serving on the council. She was surrounded by her biggest supporters as she was sworn in, ready to tackle Chattanooga's biggest issues.
People to be engaged with what's going on in the process of what's going on, and just each person reach somebody else and cause a domino effect so we can positively change the environment in which people live in.
A new council and mayor for the next 4 years, all looking to bring a positive change to a city we all call home.
Truly nervous, truly excited, and just can't wait to serve the people.
The new council will get right to work. The first city council meeting is scheduled for tomorrow. In Chattanooga, Kate Smith, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Search and rescue efforts continue for a missing Macaulay student in the Grand Canyon National Park. Family members report 14-year-old Jackson Standifer and his step-grandmother went missing on Saturday night. Search crews say the two lost their footing and were swept down Tupeats Creek. Nearly 24 people are looking for them using all means possible, including a boat and a drone. The park's chief rangers call this case different.
The bulk of our search and rescue missions, we know where the patient, the person is. Truly searching for people is relatively rare.
When the two disappeared, we're told Jackson's mother and his step-grandfather used what's called a personal locator beacon that alerts search and rescue resources.
A widespread search for a man ended in Bradley County. Authorities say Gary Lee Lips was wanted on several outstanding felony warrants out of Bradley and Polk counties. They arrested Lips along with 4 other people at a home on Gatlin Road in Bradley County. The Polk and Murray County Sheriff's offices and the Georgia State Patrol helped with the search.
The vote on whether children will need to buckle up on new school buses in Tennessee is expected to happen tomorrow in Nashville. State lawmakers ran out of time to talk about the proposal last week. It would put seatbelts on school buses that are bought or ordered after July of 2019. Local school systems and the state would share the cost of the $15 million. The bill will be taken up tomorrow in the House Education Administration and Planning Committee.
The Tennessee Senate will vote tomorrow on whether to put the phrase "In God We Trust" on license plates. The Senate Transportation Committee voted 9-0 in favor of sending the bill to a floor vote. This comes after the bill's sponsor, Senator Paul Bailey, made a provision saying the phrase would be mandatory for all tags. The companion bill is scheduled to be heard in the House Transportation Committee tomorrow.
A Chattanooga man battling stage 4 brain cancer crossed the finish line at the Boston Marathon today. 29-year-old Nathan Sexton ran that race in just 3 hours and 50 minutes. He learned he had a mass in his brain 2 years ago. After surgery, he turned to running as a way to cope and to find a new purpose in his life. He started with small races, then worked his way up to half marathons, and now the Boston Marathon.
Just that, for him to complete a half marathon in the midst of chemotherapy and radiation, and he started doing clinical trials where it's really hard on his body, and he just kept going. Sexton's co-workers at Bellhops Moving have rallied around him throughout his journey.
He fell short of qualifying for the 2018 Boston Marathon, but when organizers heard his story, they made an exception and allowed him to run this year.
Congratulations to him. When an 11-year-old Florida boy set out to cure diabetes, his family decided to sell their home and everything in it.
Noah Barnes has type 1 diabetes and wants to make sure no child has to go through what he has. So he's marching across the country to raise awareness and money for a cure. Channel 3's Natalie Potts picks up this story in Dalton.
The Noah's March Foundation has set out to find a cure for type 1 diabetes and has raised $15,000 so far. Noah couldn't do this without the support of his family. They left everything behind for this year-long journey.
I'm marching across America to cure diabetes.
If you see 11-year-old Noah Barnes marching down the road, it's because he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at just 16 months old.
40 years ago, they said they were pretty close to a cure, and then 40 years later, we're right in the present day, and they still don't have a cure. What the heck's going on?
He doesn't like checking his blood or taking shots.
80 to 180 is acceptable. If you're outside of that window, it's harder on your body.
That's why he wants to find a cure.
I also did lots of research on the computer.
He got the idea after reading an article about a diabetes walk fundraiser. Noah then asked his dad just how far he would have to walk to be cured. Robert Barnes wasn't sure about the journey in the beginning, but he came around to the idea when Noah started training.
Hey, when you turn 18, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then he kept persisting, and it took him about a week to convince me.
Now the whole family is marching. This is day 107 on the journey from Key West, Florida to Washington.
I think it's okay for his sister. Brother, my John brother, is a little jealous. I'm not.
These 3 siblings have been on the road for 3 months. Noah's brother, 8-year-old John, says it hasn't been easy.
I think it's great. I like the cold places better.
Noah has worn through shoes on his road to finding a cure. It's a journey he hopes others will join.
This is actually my 3rd shoes. The first one was actually a training. These ones are actually the 2nd on this march. I don't want to quit.
Noah and his family will be coming through Chattanooga Tuesday afternoon. Then they're headed to Nashville. They hope to be in Washington by November. Noah and his siblings are homeschooling while on the road. You can follow their journey and learn more about the organizations Noah is raising money for at WRCBTV.com. In the studio, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And still to come on Eyewitness News at 11, hear from the teen surfer bitten by a shark last week and what his plans are for the future.
Then later at 11, learn what family and friends say about the man whose murder was posted on a social media site. Stay with us. The 17-year-old who was bitten by a shark last week says he plans to surf again. Keenan Perry said he paddled out on Friday because the surf was good that day, caught a wave all the way to the shore and into a sandbar area, and said that he dropped off his board and felt something when he hit the sand.
I want to go back and surf right now, but I can't.
So you're not scared?
No, it's just a freak accident. Yeah. I was in his territory and he bit me. It's not. It's just what happens,
Again, this is in Hanna Park, Florida. The teen says he has 3 marks that look like knife marks on the back of his heel.
Ohio State superfan Jacob Jarvis was the star of Saturday's spring game. 17-year-old Jarvis, who suffers from muscular dystrophy, lined up in the backfield with the Buckeyes starting quarterback J.T. Barrett. He took the handoff and scored the touchdown, cementing the victory for Team Scarlet over Team Gray. Head coach Urban Meyer said the players suggested the idea, and Jarvis was told about the part of the game plan just hours before kickoff.
Jarvis had some head fakes going on there, too. I think he may have dabbed at the end as well. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, Vice President Mike Pence says the era of strategic patience is over when it comes to North Korea.
What the next move is for the U.S., stay with us. Vice President Mike Pence has expressed impatience with North Korea tonight.
The U.S. is moving away from strategic patience, as they say, as a policy, and now saying all options are on the table when it comes to ridding the Korean Peninsula of nuclear weapons. NBC's Janice Mackey has this story.
Tonight, Vice President Mike Pence has a warning for Kim Jong-un. Do not test President Trump, pointing to American cruise missiles fired against the Syrian regime and the mother of all bombs dropped on ISIS as proof of American resolve.
President Trump has made it clear that the patience of the United States and our allies in this region has run out.
North Korea firing back, saying they're considering a preemptive strike.
Some nuclear war may break out at any moment.
The war of words ramping up since North Korea tested a medium-range missile this weekend. It failed. An embarrassment for the regime just hours after a massive military parade to flaunt its might, including what experts believe was the prototype of a new intercontinental ballistic missile. The concern that even failed tests lead to advances. And tonight, fears they could conduct their 6th nuclear test at any time. just as Pence is making his first trip to the region, visiting the most heavily fortified border in the world, the demilitarized zone that divides the two Koreas. Pence looking towards the north, emphasizing what the U.S. will do to get North Korea to give up its nuclear weapons.
We hope to achieve this objective through peaceful means, but all options are on the table.
More than 28,000 U.S. military personnel are still stationed in South Korea, tonight on alert and in range of North Korea's arsenal.
Pence also raised the possibility of negotiations with the regime. He meets with business leaders here in Seoul before moving on to Japan, also facing the direct threat of North Korea.
The elderly man whose murder was shown on Facebook is remembered as a devoted father and friend. A memorial is growing in the spot where Robert Godwin Sr. was shot in Cleveland, Ohio yesterday. The 74-year-old man was apparently targeted at random while walking, waiting for his Easter dinner to be ready. His murder was shown on Facebook, uploaded by the man police say killed him. Those who knew and loved Godwin can't understand why anyone would hurt the man they miss so dearly.
You just don't know what he took from us. You just don't know. I'm just so hurt right now because that was my rock. He was always there for me and my kids no matter what.
An interstate manhunt is underway for Steve Stevens, the man police say killed Godwin.
The westbound lanes of a Georgia highway remain closed after the road buckled beneath the HOV lane. Atlanta police blocked all the westbound lanes of I-20 after that underground gas leak caused the road to buckle. The leak caused cracks and bulges in the road. Buckling occurred as a motorcycle rider was going across it. It caused him to crash. The Georgia Department of Transportation says crews are still working, even at this hour, to correct the damage. No word when they'll be able to get that highway reopened. Now let's head back over to Paul Barris for a more complete look at the forecast. Paul?
All right, good news. We had some of those rain showers. Still showers across the metro area, but they're lighter, much lighter. The heaviest stuff right now is further off to the east, moving into the Blue Ridge Mountains, just a little bit to the west of Murphy, over Blue Ridge, all the way down to about Ellijay and then Calhoun. And some moderate rain up near Cohutta, all the way to just off past Varnell, heading towards Tenga, and then into Fannin County. So that's where the heaviest rain is. The leftover showers still out there. They're all over the place. Looking at the 24-hour rainfall amounts, the heaviest stuff, a good 2 to 4 inches of rain has fallen north of the city, at least estimated by the radar. That's an enormous amount of rain. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time. South of the city, less than that, although just south of Chattanooga, up to 1 to 2 inches of rain has fallen right along the border, not too far from the East Brainerd area. Again, the heaviest rain pushing off to the east. Now, off to the west, these showers are fading out as the sun has gone down, and they will return for tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get some more rain out of this before it's all over with, because this pattern is set up to give us a lot more rain. 65 in the city, 63 Cleveland, Dalton 63, Murphy at 59 right now, 82 and 59 the high and the low. But good news at the airport, about 1 1/3 inches of rain fell. That puts us about 0.8 below normal for the year, which is very, very helpful. That'll help the drought situation, at least short term. 1.5 inches out near Varnell, 0.2 out near Dalton, 0.6 Chatsworth, 0.5 in Fort Mountain, 0.3 Lafayette. So south of the city, not so much. And then right over the metro area, 0.7 Lakeside, 1.1 out near East Ridge, 0.6 Ooltewah, 0.3 in Cleveland, Signal Mountain, North Chattanooga, only about 0.2. Lookout Mountain had about 0.4 of an inch. Almost 2 inches up in Dayton, 2 inches, over 2 inches in Pikeville. Spring City, 0.7, Athens, 0.7, 10 Mile, 0.4. So the heaviest rain bypassed our sky watchers. For tonight, those showers will be ending, some patchy fog with light winds, a little bit of thunder and lightning still possible into the Blue Ridge. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms will return with 76 for the high and southerly winds. And tomorrow night, 59 with showers and an occasional thunderstorm, but they will start to fade for tomorrow night. And on the Channel 3 Storm Alert 7-day forecast, coming up on Wednesday, only about a 20% chance for a shower with high temperatures near 79. And then on Thursday, we're going to have about 82 with 61 for that low. And on Friday, about a 30% chance for some scattered showers. Right now, Saturday looks like a dry day, a pretty nice day. So if you got plans, you may want to think about Saturday, because Sunday right now looks wet with showers and storms and high temperatures near 73. And pleasant day coming up for next Monday at about 73 degrees. So another round of showers and storms hopefully for tomorrow.
Good.
This was a godsend stuff.
Yeah, a lot of folks who got caught under it got a good drink tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Up next in sports, Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota is feeling optimistic while rehabbing his broken leg.
Plus, there's been nothing but optimism in the new ballpark for the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta walks off a winner. Paul Shaheen has the highlights next in sports.
How bad was 2016 for the Atlanta Braves? It took them 24 games to win just 6. Have they completely flipped the script on last season? No, but they're a win away from number 6, and they've only played 11 games. Oh, and by the way, they're unbeaten inside their new SunTrust Park, still beautiful, looking for the 4-game sweep of San Diego at home. This certainly helped. Freddie Freeman with a 2-run jack in the third. The Braves lead 3-1. Top of the 8th, they're up 3-2, but San Diego rallies ahead. Austin Hedges into the chop house seats and right. 2-run shot, the Padres in front now 4-3. Bottom 8 we go. Guess who? Again, Freddie Freeman. This time going the other way, his second on the day, 5th of the year, and it's going to tie it at 4 apiece. So we go to the 9th. Top goes by scoreless. We're still tied. Bottom 9, Braves loading the bases. The slumping Dansby Swanson at the dish. Slumping as in past tense. Swanson, the hometown kid, walks it off a winner. 5-4. Atlanta has now won 4 straight, all at home.
Credit to Freddie. He told me to switch up which sunflower seeds I was eating, so obviously it helped. It's a good game all around. We played good baseball, and it's awesome to see Dansby come through. He needed a big moment to get going, and hopefully this is it.
That's the key right there. The next time you're slumping, well, let's not play that yet. Let's go to the Lookouts. There we go. Lookouts returned home for the first of a 10-game homestand. Scoreless in the 4th, but Biloxi goes to work. Clint Coulter singling up the middle. That puts 2 on. The Lookouts would walk Javier Betancourt to load the bases, and bang. Mauricio Dubin comes through for the Shuckers. A bases-clearing 3-run double. They called this one early, though, due to rain in the 6th inning. Biloxi wins it 5-0. Hey, today marked the start of NFL offseason workouts. In Nashville, the offseason offensive workouts are missing something. Someone big. Quarterback Marcus Mariota is still rehabbing after breaking his fibula on Christmas Eve in Week 16. Mariota spoke to the media today and seemed very upbeat about his rehab. He says he's no longer feeling any pain and that he should be up and running at full speed within 2 to 3 weeks. In the meantime, the Titans are using quarterback Matt Castle. After 26 consecutive years, the University of Tennessee is canceling its fan favorite Big Orange Caravan. At least that is according to Knoxville writer John Bryce. The university has not secured any sites statewide. Now, Bryce's report also cites anonymous sources at the caravan's normal stops, including Nashville, saying the university never submitted or attempted to secure any dates or locations. Lamont Paris didn't get his first head coaching gig without a little hard work. He's going to need a lot more of it over the next month. There's a month until college basketball's National Signing Day, and the Mocs have glaring roster holes and an incomplete coaching staff. However, his staff is becoming less incomplete. The Mocs announced the addition of Lamont's first 2 assistants today. Both Tanner Bronson and Walter Offit have joined the staff. Bronson was a walk-on at Wisconsin who spent time assistant coaching in the NBA's D-League at St. Louis University under Rick Margeris and most recently at UNLV. Offit played ball at Ohio State and then as a grad transfer at Ohio when he helped lead the Bobcats to the Sweet 16 in 2013. He served as a graduate manager at Illinois and then as the director of basketball operations for Ball State this last season. And quickly on the ice, an update from the NHL playoffs Western Conference first round. It's Game 3, best of 7. Nashville has a 2-game lead in this series, 2-0 over Chicago, but the Blackhawks are leading this game in Nashville right now 2-0. Shots about even. They have played 2 periods, 1 period left. They're in the second intermission. Not impossible, but nonetheless, they do have control right now. Still up 2 games.
Makes no sense that they went up there and won those. And now
they say in any playoff series, it never starts until somebody wins on somebody else's court or ice.
It's rocking in Nashville tonight. It's loud over there.
It is, yeah.
Paul Paris has you 7 day when we get back.
You write this up like.
Just got an email from somebody. They want to know if it's going to rain all day long. No, it's not. But we are going to see those showers and thunderstorms on occasion. Temperature should be around 60 in the early morning, and then only climbing into the mid-70s, I think, for tomorrow. So in 7-day forecast, 76 tomorrow, excellent chance for rain. Less of a chance on Wednesday. Thursday looks dry. Friday, showers. Saturday looks dry now, and a good chance for more showers and storms Sunday.
Well, thank you.
A South Carolina family received an Easter surprise like no other, an alligator. An alligator of the 9 feet long, 300-pound variety.
Yeah, right. The family says they were awakened Sunday morning by commotion on their front porch. At first, they thought it was someone trying to break in But then they soon saw the gator had climbed onto their porch. Was it looking for an Easter basket?
They lay eggs, right?
Perhaps he smelled their Easter ham.
Oh my goodness.
Who do you call for that, by the way? You just call 911 and say, send somebody.
Yeah. Send help.
Ghostbusters, the
Thanks,
Gator
Emily.
Busters.
Gator
Yeah.
Gator Buster.